I'm not a bad person, I promise. Was that a bad idea? Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to the Fauna Rose YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Megan and I am the owner of Fauna Rose, and I make and sell scrunchies, macrame items, home decor, a huge bunch of goodies like that. And in today's video, it's going to be sort of a few days in the life of a small business owner. Just really random, there's nothing specific that we're doing in these videos. It's currently Thursday the 20th and it's 10 to 1 and I have been putting off starting this vlog all day. I'm just having one of those lost days, that's what I call them, where I'm just a bit unsure of what to do. I'm a bit overwhelmed by nothing. It's just one of them days where I can't bring myself to do anything. I'm just a bit like, ugh. But at the same time, I do have a lot of stuff to do. I am going to start this week's vlog off by getting some orders parceled up. I got 3 orders last night, which I am so excited to parcel up, even though, like I said, I've been putting off doing stuff. I dropped my new little infinity key rings last night, so a few of those have sold. So I need to get Joanna's order, Sophie's order, and Julia's order. So thank you guys so much. Joanna has put in a massive order and she's an absolute babe. I think I mentioned her in the last video or maybe the last few videos. She owns Bella and Archie Studios and it's a brand new small business, and she's an illustrator. She creates amazing wildlife and pet self-portraits. Amazing. Go and check her out. Honestly guys, I'm so grateful. So we're going to grab all those things, put them in some crates, parcel them up, and then by that point it's probably going to be time for me to go to work. I'm hoping that you guys can see. I usually only film ASMR style packing videos because I'm always filming for my phone and stuff for content, but I want to be able to talk to you guys sometimes when I do packaging videos, so ignore how ugly this looks because this is going to have to hold my phone. If I put it there, you're not going to be able to see me. But anyway, I'll quickly show you the order. So this is Joanna's monstrous order, which I'm so amazed by. You're probably not going to be able to see anything I'm showing you because you're so far away, but she's got one of the olive macrame infinity key rings, which is one of the new ones. Cleo's just yelling at the birds, please ignore that. We've got 2 juniper scrunchies, 2 of the minis, a clover mini, which is the green floral one, a Stella XL, which is one of my favourite scrunchies. It's so fluffy. It's a rainbow floral. It's named after my mum. I love it. Then we've got the Danny XL, which is the classic black. It's absolutely amazing. The Olive XL, which is one of my favourites, my go-to colour to wear each day, and then the lovely Sapphire XL, which is the sort of navy blue one. It's really cute. And then we've also got 2 mystery packs, which are obviously the new ones. I only finished these yesterday, so that's a fab order from Joanna. And then we have Sophie's order. Sophie has ordered the Stevie wristlet, which is this really cute 70s like one. It's pink and orange floral. It's really cute. I love wristlets. I love selling these. Then we've got a Juniper Millie for Sophie, which is so cute, as well as the Alicia one. We are running very low on these. I'm pretty sure I only have 1 left because the XL sold out ages ago, but I love this. This is named after one of my good friends who also has a small business. It's called Fatal Moon. It's alternative, gothic, witchy sort of stuff. I'll leave it linked down below. Amazing. So thank you so much, Sophie. And finally we've got Julia's order. I put them in a black crate so you can't really see them because 2 of the items are black. We've got the Paprika Infinity Key Ring, the macrame one. I love that colour so much, and paprika is my favourite spice, hence why I called it paprika. And we've got it in black as well. You're probably not going to be able to see that at all. And then she's also gone for the matching black macrame lanyard, another item I absolutely love. So Julia, thank you so much. I might have to swap your orders over so we can see it better when I'm taking the content on my phone. Oh, I've just got another comment on my video. Oh, it's someone asking for my supplier. There's certain things that I don't like giving away. I know that sounds really selfish, but I've worked hard. I'm not saying that anyone who is asking me for help or anything isn't working hard in the slightest, but I've worked my arse off to try and find certain suppliers, certain things. I've trialed and tested a lot of things, bought multiple items, fabrics, everything, tested and tried and put in the hard work to find what works for me. And I don't know, there's something about that information that's not sacred to me, but it's important to me. and that's my information for my business, and I will help as much as I can anyone trying to start a small business and give advice where I'm comfortable doing that. I want to help other people, but then there are also a lot of things that I don't want to give away. I know it sounds selfish, because if you didn't know, I had a small business before this. I'm going to sit down. I have a slip disc in my back, so this position's kind of hurting, to bear with. Why does every clip I try and film turn into me chatting absolute garbage that no one cares about? But I had a small business before this. It was an alternative gothic small business and I loved it. That was my baby. It was my shop for absolute years. It was quite a few years actually. And unfortunately, this was during the pandemic where a lot of small businesses were popping up. Long story short, more people ended up copying and pasting that business than buying. So I did very, very well to the point where I left my job for it. But then there were copycats popping up left, right and centre. That's not me being immature calling people copycats. They were literally copying and pasting everything, down from my product photos, my listing descriptions, everything was copied and pasted, which I suppose is my own fault for creating a business model that was so copyable. It was mad. I've got a really close group of small business friends and we were constantly sending each other pages and new people every single day who were just copying and pasting it. So I am a little bit reserved about certain things because I don't know, I've been there, I've done that, and I was quite funny about what I shared, because God knows how many of these small businesses would have popped up if I was sharing even more. So I will share a lot of things, but I also think I have a right to keep a lot of things to myself. I wouldn't dream of going to a big company like Nike, or I'm trying to think of some big companies now and I can't think of any. We'll just say Nike. Apparently it's the only brand I can think of, and saying, oh hi, can I just ask like where you get your supplies from, where you get your patents from, and where your designs are from. Like, you just wouldn't. So I don't get why people do it to small businesses. I think it's because we are a very entitled society. People think because someone posts something online they have a right to that knowledge. So sorry if I don't reply to your comments, if you ever ask me where certain things are from and I don't reply. It's nothing personal to you. I know you're just trying your best and you want to get the information from somewhere, but it's a me issue. I don't want to share too much of my stuff. It is painful when you witness doing all that hard work, the time, the money, the blood, sweat and tears that goes into it, for someone else to just come and take it for no hard work is painful. So yeah, sorry, that was a really random tangent. I need to shut up and parcel up these orders now. Sorry, I'll shut up in a second, I promise. But on top of that, if you do ever want any advice or anything, just ask me. The worst case scenario, I don't reply. I know that sounds awful, but just ask me. I am more than happy to give a lot of advice and any help where I can and where I'm willing to. Unless you're really rude to me, I am never gonna be like, go away or leave me alone. The worst case scenario is I just won't reply. I know that sounds awful. I don't want anyone to be afraid of asking me for advice, or if you have any questions or anything. I think someone asked me where I got my pip boxes from. I don't think you can see them, but my shipping boxes, obviously these are readily available to everyone and anyone, and someone asked me where I got them from and I was happy to just say blah blah blah, blah and give as much advice as possible, but there are just certain things that I keep to myself. Does that make sense? I'm not a bad person, I promise. I just don't always want to tell people like about all my hard work. What is wrong with me? I need to shut up. So everything I need, my little stickers that I use for my packaging, brown paper tape, all recyclable. Recyclable. That doesn't sound right. Tissue paper, which is here again, recyclable. A lot of tissue paper isn't. I don't know if people know this, but even though it's paper, a lot of it isn't recyclable. I pay a ridiculous amount for recyclable stuff. Just why I'm faffing about as well and just chatting non-stop like I do. In regards to packaging, my packaging is quite basic. I did have someone message me the other week. I don't think it was like in a hateful sort of way, I think it was just intrigue, asking me if I was ever going to make my packaging prettier or if I was going to like switch it up or change it, and the answer is maybe. Never say never, but right now I'm very happy with it. Sure, it's very basic, it's very plain, but the aim for this business is to create as little waste as possible, and even though everything is going to be recyclable, it's still technically waste, if that makes sense. So I adore amazing cute packaging. I am a sucker for packaging. However, most of the time it is completely unnecessary. We don't need it. It's just something that we like and it's cute and pretty. But when I first wanted to get this business going, the aim was to do labels for each of my scrunchies. Prime example, XXL Scrunchie & Co. in Canada. Tina is incredible, like an absolute business role model, amazing, 100%. She has labels for each and every one of her scrunchies and they look amazing, they look great, and I know a huge amount of people that do sell scrunchies do labels and things like that. And it was something I was going to consider, but then I was factoring in the cost of that and adding it all up, and it was getting quite expensive, and it would have just been an extra cost, an extra thing I would have had to have spent my time on, and for the scrunchies, when it's not really necessary. I'm not saying that if you do this it's a bad thing at all. I think it's great. It's just not something that I wanted to do. I decided I didn't want to spend the time designing labels for every single different scrunchie, spending the time getting them made and the money getting them made, or making them myself to then have to attach them, when in reality they're probably just going to go in the recycling or the bin. So it's less waste for you guys to deal with, it's less hassle for me, and it keeps my costs low. So I like to keep it very basic, very clean cut, as it is, eco-friendly. I need to stop talking and I need to package these up. I'm going to wrap Julia's in a mix of tissue paper and brown paper bags. Business card, it's got all the socials on the back, and then a little personalised thank you card. These are actually just free prints, free photo prints that I cut in half, and then I just write the name on it, so that's a little hack for you. Cleo's got zoomies, that's going to make it quite hard to film. This is the first roll of tape that I'm actually running out of. What you doing, mate? And then I pop a little logo sticker on each of the wrapped items. So next we've got the infinity key rings. I'm going to pop these in a little paper bag. There you go, Julia, thank you so much. This definitely can't be an ASMR video because I've got Cleo attacking a bag over there. I've got the window slightly open, so there's constant tractors going past. So next we pop on a Happy Meal sticker. These are made with my mun bin, which is actually a label printer, but I use it to make stickers and all sorts. On the front that this is for Julia, just so then it makes it easier to know whose is whose. Let's do Sophie's next. I could really do with a standing desk because it doesn't look too bad on the camera, but I'm literally hunched over it so bad. You know those ones, the electric ones that go up and down? One day I'm gonna have one of them. So, quick question. If you haven't ordered from me and you had endless funds, oh, that's the last of it. Into the recycling that goes. If you had endless amounts of cash, what items would you buy from my shop? Just really curious. That's so cute, that little scrunchie packet. There we go, Sophie, thank you so much. Right, your name. So B. And finally, the lovely Joe's order. I'm not saying you two aren't lovely. I've just met Jo and she's lovely. Maybe if I took my Crocs off, I wouldn't be as hunched because I've got platform Crocs on. Those look so cute together, the junipers and the clover. Pre-rip some of these, just makes it easier. Could really do with a dispenser for the paper tape. So many cute little packages. I hope you like all these, Jo. These I'm probably going to have to go in a poly mailer, a recyclable one. Oh, which means I also need a I'm recyclable sticker. Ooh, I'm running low on these as well. These little ones. Two mystery scrunchies. There we go. Joe's order. Again, thank you guys so much, honestly. I know I say it when I always package things and I'm sorry if it's annoying, but I'm so grateful, honestly. This entire shop wouldn't exist if people didn't support it. I'm just going to take the boxes up. I don't know if I've mentioned it in the videos yet, but I'm pretty sure this month, the end of this month, I will be receiving my first paycheck from the Fauna Rose YouTube channel, which is very, very exciting. I only know about this because I have a personal channel and that used to be monetized. It's not anymore because I don't post on it anymore, but I know how it works because of that. So Google AdSense is what works with YouTube and is the company that pays YouTubers, and as far as I'm aware this is the same for everyone in every country. Correct me if I'm wrong, but each month you have a £60 threshold that you have to meet in order to get paid. I can't remember now which month I ended up getting monetized, but obviously for the first few months I haven't hit that threshold. So the more views you get, the more ads that get shown, the more people that interact with the ads, all different things like that, the more money you will earn. So there is a little bar, if I can remember I will leave a photo of it somewhere, but you have a little bar and the more you earn, this bar fills up like a progress bar, like a percentage bar, and the end of that bar is £60 here in the UK anyway. You have to hit a minimum of £60 to get paid for that month. So say the first 2 weeks of the month you hit £60, you'll carry on earning till the end of the month. So once it goes past 60, everything else you earn, obviously you will get paid. But if it gets to the end of the month and you haven't hit 60, it just rolls on constantly. You don't lose that money, it just rolls on until you hit £60. Does that make sense? I'm probably the worst person to explain that. So thank you guys so much for supporting the YouTube channel, because I love doing it and it means a lot to me. I get to interact with you guys, but then it is also another form of income now, and that money goes straight back into the business. Thank you guys. Just gonna get some labels printed for these and then I'll take them to the post office. Cleo is just supervising, don't mind her, just keeping me in check. I got my little scales, Mum Bin, again, promise you I'm not sponsored by them, I just really like their products. So I weigh each one of them, I type in all the details. So I would highly recommend getting one of these. This was just from eBay and it's a Royal Mail size guide. This is for letters. This is obviously small letters, that little thin gap at the top, and this is large letters, because the shipping difference between a large letter and a small parcel is a lot. So Joe's order is going to be a small parcel. However, these pip boxes go through as letters. They're like the perfect size. This has been great to help me keep the shipping costs as low as possible for you guys, because I can get them all in little boxes like this. Definitely would recommend these. They're all over eBay, Amazon for really good price. I barely paid anything for this. So I take Julie's order. It's saying 103 grams, but I always go up one at least because I still have to add the label on. But what I am going to be doing with this business, it's something that I did with my previous business. I get everyone's orders and I put them in a hat, a metaphorical hat, not a figurative hat, not a real one. Basically just a generator on my laptop, and I then pick someone out randomly who will win a voucher to spend in the new year. This is one of my least favourite parts about parceling up orders. It does take me quite a long time, and then when I do international orders you have to then do all the custom form and stuff. It does take quite a while. Hello everybody, I am so sorry I haven't really filmed much. It's Saturday the 22nd of July and it's coming up to 3:30. Alex has been out today. He went to a car show, I think, or a car competition. So I've just had a really chilled one, just been doing bits and bobs, small business related wise, but also just chilling out. But I haven't really filmed anything the last couple of days, mostly because, I don't know, I've been a bit, is lethargic the right word? Just a bit low energy, low mood. And if I'm being completely honest, I didn't want to film anything. I didn't want to force myself to be in front of the camera. I love doing this, but I don't think it's good to force myself to do stuff because then I lose the enjoyment of it. Haven't really done too much Fauna Rose related stuff. I've been doing a lot of creative makers market stuff, so just then you would have seen I've just been on my laptop sending over invoices, replying to some emails and things like that, so you've not really missed anything anyway. I think I did show I made these little macrame things because I saw like a little mini sort of tutorial for them. I was like, oh, they're really cute, I want to make them. So, because I can do the knot, so I've done them in like my neutral shades, just, I don't know, just wanted to make something. Made them for a little bit of fun. Whether or not people want them, we'll find out. And then in the midst of, I don't know if it was in this video, previous video or what, I was going through and trying to organise my fabric. I found a whole bunch of my Alex fabric, which is checkerboard fabric named after my other half, and I make tote bags, and I used to do scrunchies in this. I do wristlets, I don't know if you can see them, they're up there somewhere, in this fabric as well. I haven't restocked the scrunchies since they sold out, mostly because this is a really heavy fabric. A lot of cottons are very thick and heavy, including this. It is so weighty, and even though I loved the scrunchies and they went down a treat, I don't know, there was just something about the weight of them that was putting me off a little bit. I don't know, I didn't want my customers to buy them and then put them in the hair and they'd just be too heavy and fall out, so that's why I've not restocked them. I might do in the future, or if I can find like a lighter weight checkerboard fabric, then I will. But I also do the tote bags in two styles. This is the smaller check print, and then I also have a wider check print. My first one I ever made, this is mine, it's absolutely ruined. I have put this through absolute hell, but it's survived in the sense that it's still going really strong. It's just a bit dirty and a bit marked because I take this everywhere. But this is the wider check print and this is the smaller check print. See the difference? So I was planning on in the future restocking these when I had the chance to make them, but it seems how I found fabric I didn't realise I had. I was like, perfect. So I've just cut a bunch of this out and then a bunch of the lining fabric out as well because they are lined. It makes them more durable, makes them a nice high quality. I do need to order some more lining fabric and some of the XL, the wider print one, but this is very expensive fabric and I don't get much out of each bit that I buy. And this morning I spent a lot of money on restocking stuff like my lobster clasps, which are these things here. I use in like my macrame and my wristlets and things like that. I got key fob hardware, which is the metal that I use for my fabric wristlets. I'm attempting to make a DIY backdrop or a few backdrops for the creative makers markets because I want like a nice little area for people. Don't have to, but if people wanted to take photos there they could, or it's just, I don't know, it's just nice bit of branding, cute little area, you know, to have at the market. So I bought some wood for that, and then I've bought tablecloths and streamers. I'm going to attempt to make one of those tassel backdrops. I have to restock my labels, so I've bought more labels, more elastic. I've also bought a product that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, but the price of these items, they're not cheap and they're also breakable, and it's quite a saturated market now. A lot of people are doing them, but I thought, you know what, maybe for an event I could have a couple out as a tester. I bought them, but again they're not cheap. I bought a bunch of vinyl. So my bank account currently is absolutely crying, so I'm going to put off buying the XL fabric. And I think that's kind of it on what I need to catch you guys up with. The plan for the rest of the day, I've got other things to do that aren't related to Fauna Rose, but I would like to at least start getting some of these sewn up. guys. It's currently 4:45, still Sunday. Pretty sure I showed a few clips of me sewing up the tote bags earlier. So I do have 3. Unfortunately, the scraps that get left over that I make the straps out of weren't long enough. So I've had to do a bit of a Frankenstein job and just pop some little pieces together. I don't know if you're going to be able to see from there, but you won't see these bits hopefully because I sew these bits in on themselves. So I fold them once, fold them again, and I fold the straps in with them. I don't know if that's going to make any sense, so hopefully you won't see those little bits anyway. So what I'm going to do now, as you can see, I've got my iron out. I'm going to iron these straps into shape and also iron out these little seams just so it's nice and flush. But while the iron's out, I'm also going to do some wristlets because I have the fall autumn collection wristlets that I need to make. So we've got pre-cut, I've got Dahlia, this one, which is the black, pink, white and green floral pattern. I do have a couple of Hallie strips as well, which is really good because I'm pretty sure I've now sold out, so these can be made in the nice new quality. And then I've got all of the new ones, which I love so much. I am running very low on my hardware, which is the metal bits, but I did order a bunch the other day. If I can get any of these ironed, then that's great. I don't iron for too long. I have done in the past. I'm pretty sure I did a video I spent like the whole day making wristlets because it gets very hot in here, and I have just made myself, behind me, a salted caramel coffee, so it's going to get very warm in here. But I'm also not going to film it because you do not want to see a time lapse of me just going aggressively. This is interfacing, which is basically a fusible fabric that makes other fabric thicker. And then I might even, if I've got the time, sew these up into the strips. I do have a couple of orders to parcel up as well, which I'm really excited about. I'm pretty sure Laura ordered, and if Laura is who I'm thinking Laura is, she's one of my regular customers who comes to one of my monthly markets. She's bought some of these and mystery pack as well because I've decided to discontinue these because I love the fabric, I love these, but similar to the Alex fabric, they're heavy and they haven't sold. So all the minis have sold, but these I've had since I launched them. I've made the smart business move to get rid of them. If I can get the fabric again, I will make minis and wristlets still in them because they go down fine, but the XLs haven't. Natalie, who has ordered multiple times, has ordered again, so I need to get her order parcelled up as well. So we'll do all that in a bit. Let's get some ironing and some sweating done first. It's so warm in here. Parcel's just arrived. It's my key fob hardware. So there's 50 there, so that should keep me going for a short while. Done. That's really hot. This is also why I don't do every step in one go. So I like fold them in half, let them cool down and then go in and do it because the fabric gets so hot. While I'm actually doing this, I want to talk to you guys about Patreon. I don't know too much about it. I've had a little look into it. When it comes to the business, I'm always looking at ways to make the business more successful, but at the same time I've got bills to pay, I've got a mortgage, we've got a house project and the projects cost a lot of money, we've got cats to feed, things like that, you know. Self-employed income isn't a reliable source of income, hence why I do have my part-time employed job as well. I think I've mentioned this in the video as well, but if Alex and I decide to remortgage the house, or if we ever need a loan or anything for certain things, a lot of lenders, mortgage lenders, things like that, don't see self-employed income as a reliable source of income, so it's quite hard to get things like mortgages and all that jazz when you are self-employed. So I'm always looking at ways to potentially have a reliable source of income. Patreon isn't necessarily a reliable source of income because at any point patrons, I think that's what you're referred to if you subscribe to someone's Patreon. I think your class is a patron. Patrons can unsubscribe at any point, but it is obviously a monthly income if people would be interested in it, and I think it would be a great way to also connect more with other people. There's a lot of people, I don't know, who might come across my YouTube channel and might really like the Fauna Rose vibe, but then at the same time the items might not necessarily be for them. I've been umming and ahhing about Patreon and or different things like that, if people would be interested in that, but at the same time I feel cheeky being like, would you like to pay for more content? I feel like, I don't know, it's a bit of an awkward subject, but you'll have to let me know what you guys think about Patreon. It's mostly just extra content that people pay for, so like podcasts, extra videos, early access to things. I don't know, you'd have to let me know if it's something you guys are interested in, because I'm so intrigued by it. Hello guys, I have no idea what this vlog is going to end up looking like. I don't know what I filmed. I'm having, I was surprised, issues with my sewing machine again. I can't afford a new one currently. It just decides every once in a while that it wants to play up and it doesn't want to sew right. But I've done all of the autumn, oh they're still attached, all of the autumn wristlets are sewn up into strips just about. I had to do it so slow because if I did any form of speed the stitches were just a mess. And I've done one tote bag strap. I still have 5 more here to go, but I'm probably going to end this video here because me being me, I just impulsively decided I'm going to do a market this weekend and it's over an hour away. Basically someone who can't make this specific market has shared asking if anyone would like to go to take their place, and I was like, oh, I'm interested. I sort of jumped at that chance, but now I'm like, was that a bad idea? Oh, also, if I look absolutely exhausted, my hair's dripping wet. We got up at 5ish this morning to go swimming. I've got my physio tomorrow to find out what's up with my back, so I'm gonna end this vlog here. Sorry I didn't finish the tote bags. You'll have to join me in next week's video to get those tote bags finished. Apologies that this video was probably a bit of a disaster, but thank you so much for watching. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you aren't. I would be so grateful if you could subscribe because apparently most of my viewers aren't actually subscribed, so please go and click that subscribe button. It's free. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all. You're amazing. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.